Hello and welcome back to my channel. I just want to start by saying I've been so touched with the people who have commented on my first video, which was my last video, on the Charlotte Tilbury Lunar New Year lipstick collection 2022. Given how nervous I was and how scared I was that people weren't going to like it, I am really touched by all the comments that people have left and by anybody who subscribed, so thank you, really thank you. Yes, so what we're going to do today is we are going to test the Charlotte's Beautiful Skin Foundation. So we just... This is the product. I have picked up the shade 1 Neutral. Only reason is I normally go for the lightest shade. I'm not always perfect on my foundation matching skills, so if it's not the right shade, I apologise. I did pick this up at the same time that I placed my order, and this seems to have the same shade 2 Neutral on here, so I will try that and see if that would have been any better. I've brought down my sort of tried and true, which is me Fenty Beauty Easy Drop in the shade 1. So I've brought that down to see how the shade compares against that. We will have a look and see how it compares against these ones. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation from Charlotte Tilbury. I also have that was in the shade 2, by the way. I also have a Light Wonder, which is in the shade 1. And I also have the Magic Foundation, which is in the shade Free Fair. I don't know how accurate that is. I know the Airbrush Flawless in the shade 2, I think it's too dark, so I should have got shade 1. This Free Fair one isn't necessarily too dark because I did that off a sample kit a bit like this, so in theory that isn't a bad match. Brought down my Flawless filter just in case I want to try that with the new foundation. So yeah, we've got a lot to try. I'm going to try applying it with a brush. This is the Colourpop F29 brush and a damp sponge. This is just a Revolution Friends sponge. So yeah, I think we better get into it. Right, so I've just taken this out of the box. So this is what the packaging looks like. It has got a pump applicator, which is generally typical of Charlotte Tilbury. So yeah, no complaints on that one. I've just swatched the 2 Neutral from the sample pack, so yeah, maybe that's slightly too dark for my skin tone. I don't know, it's not far out, and I'm guessing it will probably oxidize, so I don't think that would be too far out. Right, this claims that skin looks more radiant by up to 285%, plus long lasting, plus pollution defense. I'm not going to be testing out the long-lasting nature of it. I know some people do wear tests. I'm sure there are many other influencers, YouTubers that will do that. What else does this say? A medium coverage, light as air foundation infused with hydrating hyaluronic acid and brightening rose complex. Skin looks more beautiful instantly and over time for a healthy looking glow and a brighter, smoother looking complexion. Plus undetectable coverage, plus improves the look of skin with each wear. Clinically proven results, boosts hydration by up to 166%, skin looks plumper and smoother by up to 181%, skin tone looks more even by up to 210%. Over 90% of users agree, minimises the appearance of pores, reduces the appearance of pigmentation and dark spots, skin appears instantly brighter. Blend outwards from the centre of your face for natural looking coverage. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, we'll see how that works out. Yeah, I in general, I don't wear a lot of foundations. I I'm just going to put this onto my hand just to see the colour. Do I have to let's see if I've got to unscrew it. Oh no, that's fine. Okay. Just for anybody future reference, it's probably just going to take a few pumps. It doesn't have one of those plastic thingies stopping it coming out, so let's just carry on pumping away, and hopefully I can hear something happening. I think I can hear some. There we go. Hang on. There we go. Got it. Let's put it next to the other one. Right, the top one is obviously one neutral. The bottom one is 2 neutral. So I think for me, I think the other one looks like I've been would look like I've been tangoed. So I think the first one is a better match for me. Let's just blend it in a bit. Yeah, I'd say. Yeah, I've just blended them in a bit more. So I'd say I've definitely got the right shade this time. I don't know if it's going to be still not quite right, but it's the lightest shade you can get, so it's the best chance I've got, basically, of getting it right. So yeah, I'm pretty satisfied that I've got the closest shade match for me. So that's something. So what I'm planning to do is, I've got here a Charlotte Tilbury primer. This is the Brightening Youth Glow Brightening Colour Correcting Glow Primer. So I'm going to put this on half of my face. I think I'm going to put this on the right hand half of my face. And then we'll try the foundation on the whole face. Because, I mean, obviously it can affect the results type thing. And I mean, most people wear a primer anyway, and I thought today I'd go with the Charlotte Tilbury primer, even though I do love the e.l.f. one. The e.l.f. Poreless Putty primer I do love, but because we're doing a Charlotte Tilbury foundation, I thought we'd do a Charlotte Tilbury primer. So we will get into that in just a minute. Okay, so I have some samples here, some swatches. This is the Fenty Easy Drops in the shade 1. This is a Charlotte Tilbury Beautiful Skin Foundation in the shade 1 Neutral. This is the Light Wonder foundation in the shade 1. This is the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 2. This is the Magic Foundation, also from Charlotte Tilbury, in the shade Free Fair. And then this is the Beautiful Skin Foundation in the shade 2. So hopefully they'll be helpful swatches for you guys. So yeah, that's the Fenty, that's the Beautiful Skin Foundation, that's the Light Wonder, that's the Airbrush Flawless Foundation in the shade 2, Magic Foundation in the shade Free Fair, sorry no, in the shade, yeah, Free Fair, and then this one is the Beautiful Skin Foundation in the shade 2, just to give you an idea. Right, so we will continue on, and I'm going to prime my face on one side, and then I'll get back to you. 1 minute. Okay, I'm back, and I've just primed this side of my face. So it should be a bit more, yeah, I mean, you can see. It's a bit more glowy on that side. It's a bit more glowy on this side than this side. Right. So now, I think what we're going to do is we're going to use the brush on, so say this is an Colourpop F29 brush. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to use this brush on this half of the side of my face, and then we're going to use the damp sponge on this side. As a rule, I apply my Fenty one with the damp sponge. So I wouldn't normally use a brush for foundation, but because I'm doing this, I thought I'd give it a try with a brush. So I'm going to take Then let's just pump. That's like one full pump. So let's just dot this. That's how I tend to. Let's just dot this around a bit. Probably don't need a full pump for one side of your face, but we were going to give it a go anyway. So let's just... Okay. So I don't think that looks too patchy. It does feel lightweight. It doesn't feel like you're caked in product, so I've not got a problem with that. It doesn't... A little bit around my nose. Of it breaking a tiny bit, but I think you get that with a lot of foundations anyway, but it's not bad. But it doesn't look too patchy, so I'm quite happy with that. Just going to dot that around the other side of my face. This is the side without the primer. Might just do a little bit more if I can find. Okay, and now we're going to use the damp sponge to apply it. So let's just see how. So this is where I'd normally apply a foundation anyway. So we should work from the middle out again. Sorry, me contacting me in my right eye is a bit like... Right, I think I prefer the application with the damp sponge. As I say, this is how I would apply foundation anyway, these days. It's not obvious particularly. This side does look a bit shinier because it's got the primer underneath. You can just sort of see the glow. So yeah, I wouldn't say this is a bad match for my skin tone. I think I could go out and people wouldn't think I've been tangoed, which is good. I'm going to do another layer to try and see how the coverage builds up. Let's just see. I don't think I necessarily need to, but I just want to see how we can build up the coverage a little bit. Let's have a look. that builds up quite beautifully. I haven't got, as I say, I haven't got a problem with it at all really, and it feels nice. It has got a little bit of its own glow, because even though I've got a primer on this side, I can see a little bit of a glow coming through on this side. Round where the face meets the nose, there is a little bit here. Of it being a little bit patchy there, but that's the only place I can sort of see. But no, it's not a bad match for me, and say I'm one of the palest people on the planet really. So yeah, I'm quite happy with the product. I think out of all the Charlotte Tilbury foundations I have, I think this is the one I'd use the most. Oops. I think I would use this one the most, because it is the best match that I've bought. But I mean, say that's based on it being a good match for my skin tone, whereas this is definitely not a good match. Believe me, I look tangoed with that. I need to try it in the shade 1 and then see. I can do a fair comparison then. But as far as shade goes, that does not match. The Light Wonder I found maybe might be slightly too light for me. I might be a shade 2 in Light Wonder. So maybe I need to pick that up, but obviously these things aren't cheap. I mean, I didn't mention, but I think this is RRP £34. I was lucky because I got mine from Space NK, and they just happened to send me a 20% off, sorry, we miss you sort of coupon. So I got very lucky on that front, and they also sent me a free next day delivery. So I applied both coupons together, and voila. I wasn't necessarily going to purchase this, but I thought for the discount that I would. But I believe if you buy it from Charlotte Tilbury or, well, anywhere at the moment, it's £34 by default. This one, the Magic Foundation in the shade Free Fair, I think this is a bit dark for me, even though I did use a sample kit like the one I showed you. I think I did sort of get it wrong. Right, what I'm going to do now on the prime side is I'm going to take the Charlotte Tilbury Flawless Finishing Powder in the shade 1, and I'm going to apply that to my face on the primed side. So I think that's nice, and I think what we're going to do now is apply the flawless, the Hollywood Flawless filter to the non-primed side. On this side, I'm just going to apply a little bit of that. Take my sponge again on the other side and just. Added a nice healthy glow. So okay, so to recap, this side used the Brightening Youth Glow primer from Charlotte Tilbury. Then we applied the Beautiful Skin foundation with the brush, and then I added the Flawless finishing powder in the shade 1 Fair. Just to recap on that side. On this side, we didn't prime it at all. We just used the Beautiful Skin foundation, and I've just added the Hollywood Flawless filter on top, just as like a highlight. Well, not a highlight, but just, you know, just to give it a bit of glow. So that about concludes that. So I might just apply a little bit of eyeshadow, a little bit of lipstick, and we'll just finish this video out. Be right back. Right, I have just gone ahead and finished off my makeup. I've just retouched up my brows with the NYX, which was it? The NYX Micro Brow Pencil. in the shade Brunette. I have also just done my eyeshadow. I primed my eyes with the Revolution, what was this one? The Cut Crease Canvas in the shade Illustrate. And I applied my eyeshadow from my Natasha Denona Retro palette, which I absolutely love, and I think I will have a video coming up on this very soon. I applied the lip liner in this Barbie and Colourpop shade. It was matte in the shade Malibu Sunset, which I like. And then I added the Colourpop Glossy Lip Stain in the shade Ice Pop, and I should have a video coming up on those as well. So yeah, tell you what I will do though, what I haven't done yet. I'm going to add some of my Charlotte Tilbury blush in the shade Love is the Drug. This was a Christmas present. So let's just add a little bit of that. It's funny, I was actually scared of blush for years because I didn't want to look like a clown. But now I'm actually using it a lot more than I was. But I still, with deep colours, I'm still on my guard about them because I worry that I'm going to end up just looking like a clown. I don't look like a clown now, I don't think I do. But I do worry when I use blush because it is a thing where I am on my guard about it, just in case I do accidentally apply too much because I'm so fair. It's not good. But yeah, thank you again so much if you stuck with me through to the end, because as I say, I know I'm not a seasoned YouTuber yet, and I know it's going to take me a long time to get anywhere close to that. So if you could like and subscribe or comment down below, you know, are you going to pick up this foundation? You know, have you got any of the other Charlotte Tilbury foundations and all that sort of, you know, just post down below in the comments. And if you've got any questions about the foundation, then let me know and I'll try and answer them as best I can. Even though I've only just picked this up myself, I'll try and help out if I can. So yeah, thank you so much. I have hopefully fixed the lighting issue a bit. There doesn't seem to be as much of a shadow. I have picked up some studio lights to help with this so that I don't look like I'm videoing in the dark, which I wasn't last time, by the way, but obviously, yeah, it didn't look the best. So now hopefully I've done enough that it looks a lot better. But we might still tweak the lighting over the coming weeks, but to be honest, I'm pretty happy that I don't look, as I say, like I'm filming in the dark. Now looks okay. So yeah, thank you again so much for sticking with me, and there will be more content coming forthwith, so please make sure to subscribe, and if you really don't want to miss it, then click the notification bell as well. So yeah, thank you so much again, and I'll see you in my next video. Thank you.